YouTube, and welcome back to another video. I want to make a video outside, but it's still raining. It's been raining for the past three to 2 days. And also there's a train coming, but that doesn't matter. I'm just gonna make the video. Doesn't matter. So, yeah, as you can see, my bed is not made. I took off all the sheets to wash them. And, just part of self-care, self-health, clean sheets, clean environment, clean room, clean body, stuff like that. But, yeah, the window's open again so you can hear the little pitter-patters of the rain. And also there's some birds going right now. I saw a cardinal. Red cardinal. It's still there. It's down there. I wonder if I don't think I can show it to you, but I would have to take the camera and point it a certain way because I can't switch it while I'm recording right now. I can't switch the camera, so. But anyways, welcome back. Hope you guys are doing well. If not, I'm sorry, We're always going through some rough times, whether externally or internally in this world, but we're all going through it at the same time. Just different journeys, because everybody's on their own journey. But, yeah, it'll get better. It'll get better as moments pass on. Anyways, today, I want to talk about the simple life, if that makes sense. The simpler your life is, the less chaotic and the more peaceful your mind will be. Because there's less stuff going on externally to trigger stuff internally. If that makes any sense. I'm sure it makes sense. The less you do outside of you, which is, your reality. The school bus just went by. The more in tune, clear, and peaceful your mind will be, because there will be less stuff to stimulate the mind and to trigger the mind. And it will change how you view the world, because nowadays we're so accustomed to so much stimulation at all times, whether it be watching YouTube while we eat, whether it be gaming, I game, whether it be shopping all the time, whether it be porn addiction. There's all types of stimulation that we can stimulate our mind with in this world, but all that excess stimulation is not needed. It's only there to distract you from the present moment, but also from yourself, as in your internal world, because people don't want to deal with themselves when they're alone. Because there's too much to bear sometimes. There's so much stuff that you have to deal with when you're aware of your own thoughts and feelings and emotions and such, but we aren't meant to be scared of it. We're meant to embrace it and meant to be aware of it and let go of all of which that is outside of us and within us, so that we can get closer and closer to living in the present moment the best we can in any given moment. We're already living in the present moment now, but the present moment can be clouded by all that excess stimulation and all that excess doing that we do in today's society. An example of how you can simple your life down is, one of the main things is your phone. As of recently, I turned off noticed that the time on my phone was going up as soon as I installed Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube. So I turned them off and I set a limit for 15 minutes each day for each app so that I can still interact with fans, as in you guys, my community. I can still interact with my community and randoms, but it's limited so that I can still embrace the present moment that is now, here and now, not on the phone, because the phone is where you get stuck. The phone is where you endlessly scroll and you pop a text and you pop a snap, or you do this, you do that. But if you get rid of all of the apps that trigger those behaviors and habits, your mind will start to reprogram itself to only using its phone, because it's only allowed to use its phone when needed, when it's most important, because a phone is for communication. It's for communication and news. It's not for entertainment. It's not for constantly seeing what everybody's doing in their life. It's not there for you to constantly display your life for everyone and to share your ins and outs with the whole world. See, that's what I'm doing on YouTube. But when it comes to individual beings, as in random people, you guys, sometimes there's weirdos out in this world, okay? I've seen a couple since I've been on Instagram and Snapchat and YouTube. It's about taking responsibility for your actions and habits that you choose to partake in. The habits that you choose to escape the present moment by stimulating yourself throughout the whole day by looking down at your phone. The reason why I did this and why I'm telling you guys this is because in the beginning of the video, simple living brings simplicity and peace within the mind. You'll start to realize that the less you're on your phone and the more you're in the now, the present moment, here and now, the more you start to appreciate what is now in each given moment. Whether that's breathing, blinking, walking, looking at the ceiling, you'll start to reprogram your mind from stimulation to being okay with nothing and doing nothing. When you're in that space of aloneness, so you can sit with yourself in silence, because silence can make people uncomfortable even when it's with themselves. But the thing is, the more you get uncomfortable in the silence, that's a good thing. The more comfortable you get being uncomfortable in the silence that is brought with the present moment, the more comfortable you will be being uncomfortable and in new energies and in environments that you've never been in before, in relationships and connections that you've just created with someone that you don't even know. You'll start to become comfortable with living life in the unknown, in the uncomfortableness that is life. Because everything is uncertain. The only thing that is certain is death. So why would we miss each given moment in the present by distracting ourselves on our phones or with movies or with porn or with this or with that, when we could just embrace the present moment that is now, here and now, and nothing else. With that present moment, you'll start to become more aware of the external world and internal world. You'll start to create habits that are healthy, such as hobbies, maybe working out, doing a puzzle, reading, something that's here and now with yourself. The more time you spend in the present moment, and the more you let go of that stimulation, the closer and closer you get back to your truth. You will start to move away from the excess stimulation and start to move into that nothingness, so you can sit in being, without distracting yourself from being and being. And with all of this as your life, as you let go of those habits and patterns and cycles of excess stimulation, the phone, the movies, the this and that, the most excess stimulation comes from technology. And that's why we have to put it down and dumb our technology down for ourselves. I'm not saying for all of us, because technology benefits us in many ways, but it also takes from us in many different ways, if you let it. And that's why you have to take the responsibility to dumb down and let go of all that, all the complexion of technology, so that your mind can be at ease, so that you can restore inner peace and restore being in the present moment without any focus on distracting yourself from that moment. As soon as you start to regroup and reprogram yourself to sit in the present moment and be in being without any turn or second thought of escaping it, you'll start to live that simple life, and that simple life will bring gratitude. It will bring appreciation. It will bring peacefulness. It will bring a bliss of being in the moment. And you'll really just start to, instead of getting your dopamine and stimulation and all the chemicals that drive your mind to do, it is what you do, you'll start to get the chemicals and stimulation and dopamine from the everyday life tasks that you used to do, but stop doing because you picked up your phone. I'm not saying that the mic cut out because I moved the cord. I'm sure that it's still recording though. Yeah, it's still recording, so I'm not saying that you have to do this, but I'm definitely suggesting and providing an option for those that are tired of living the life of just living for the mind, living for the ego, living for that next hit of dopamine, that next hit of distraction with another person or with a place, present moment, because the present moment is where we belong. It's where we always have belonged. But the more we give into creating more of what we don't need, it's going to continue to get worse for all of us. Simply because we'll get so lost in technology and distractions and all of which that is outside of us, to the point where we don't even know what it feels like to sit here and be in the present moment. We get to the point where it's so terrifying and so uncomfortable for us to sit there and do nothing and be alone for a few moments, that we just go back and crowd our minds and fill our minds and stuff our minds with more and more and more, until we drive ourselves insane. Until we get to the breaking point of our mind where there's so much within that it breaks, and we will then turn and strive to that escape that is the present moment. Escaping our escape is what we're doing in today's society with all that we do to take ourselves away from that of which is now. But it's not up to me what you do. It's up to you what you do. I can't help someone that doesn't want to be helped, and I can't control anyone, because nobody can control anything besides themselves. And that is what I would love for you to do for yourself. To take that responsibility and accountability for your mind, for your soul, for your overall well-being of living here and now in this human life, in this society that we have created for ourselves. Choose to be different, because it's what's best for you. Empower yourself with love, light, presence, and peace. Choosing weakness over wickedness. Choosing being over doing. Choosing now over then or when. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, or maybe got something from this video. If not, that's okay, you know. But, I love you. Stay present. Stay safe.